again. Welcome to another episode of Darkskies podcast coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. On the Bay to LA. Myself, San Jose. Yes, it's looking good today. It's a beautiful night. Another hot day here in California. And once again, it's on. Today, we're talking time travel. We're talking Space Force. And oh, okay. What's up, Mike? I see you over there, man. Yeah, we're chilling today. We're chilling. So we got a full show today. We got Mikey Nikes. Got Jim. Of course, I'm your host, Nancy Grace. Jenny on the ones and twos. Whole team in effect tonight. Yeah, we're going into the late night hours, feeling good, and just wanted to go through a quick list of things that we have going on, and today, of course, we had the high temperatures. Firefighters doing a good job on a car fire. They at least keeping it from spreading. So we getting a little headway there. Well, they don't really have much pushback, but yeah, they've been fighting. They've been fighting all day, all night, trying to get a hold, on these flames. And of course, we was talking yesterday about these fires and about, how much, how much damage and is being caused, and how many firefighters are actually on scene. If I'm not mistaken, it's so many firefighters that they had to build like a little small, little extra town or city, to house all the firefighters, like when they're not fighting the fires. It's incredible. And, we got firefighters from out of state, to come and help, with this incredible situation. Huge flames. It's pretty much like a firestorm. So, yeah, we definitely going to keep an eye on that. And, our prayers are going out to, all the people that are affected. There's been a lot of houses lost. I had the numbers, but the numbers are continuously changing anyway. Looking at how many structures are burned, homes. Families are being displaced. And, of course, the people who were evacuated, too, they were putting them in, a shelter that they had set up, for people, who, of course, lost their homes in these fires or had to evacuate the area due to, the fire. Some people are reporting that, the entire homes are burnt down. And, you see the shots, the pictures on TV, and you just be like, wow, this is incredible. I can't believe, how high these flames are burning. And how many firefighters, if you just look and see, just how many firefighters are involved in this fight. I mean, they're attacking the flames from the ground, from the air. Using the fire retardant, that red stuff, whatever that stuff is. And then, dropping water from the sky, So they using all resources that, they have available to try to, defeat this. And yeah, it's going to take everything too. And, what else we had going on today? Today, was the end of the weekend, Sunday. we getting ready for the upcoming week. We got a lot of shows coming up this week. We got shows on the Mandela Effect. I think we got another show on the Giants. Right. And not the New York Giants. We got stories coming up on SpaceX. We've been covering the Planet X approach of the Planet X system, binary solar systems. So, this is all this week coming up. So just to, give you, a quick taste of some of the stuff that we're going to be covering. It's just, definitely going to be fun. So, what do we got going on here, man? What we got, Mikey? Okay, we definitely had the files come in, and I was studying them too for the last 2 or 3 days. We were talking about the time travel, and is time travel possible? And a couple of us, have different opinions. Some people will say that, of course, time travel is possible. You can just think of, all the different sciences, and you would think that science would be close, right? If there were possibilities of time travel, and you would figure that science would be on the forefront of trying to make that happen. Well, how close are we? And that's a good question. I would say that we would be a lot closer than they would tell us, right? They're going to say, hey, we're jumping through time already. Matter of fact, we've been doing it for a long time. I don't think they're going to actually just come out and tell us. But what they will do is drop little hints, little clues, little things that you would say that if time travel is possible, how would we know if somebody was going back in the past and changing things and to what they wanted to be, and would it affect, us in the now if somebody did find a way to go back in the past and alter, certain aspects of reality. So how would this be possible, or what type of clues or evidence would you have, pointing towards, maybe somebody being in the past, from our timeline, going back and changing things? Is it possible? Well, we look at all these different things that are going on in the world now. What could we gather and use as evidence or clues or something pointing towards, time travel, or maybe perhaps somebody gaining the ability to go back into the past and maybe change certain aspects of, today's reality. And I would say probably the best thing that you can point at and say, hey, this could be some good evidence towards on time travel is some of the aspects of the Mandela effect. And it's funny because all my research always seems to lead back to the Mandela effect. But yeah, time travel. We could look at the Mandela effect and say, well, how would that be, a valuable clue or valuable evidence pointing towards time travel or somebody gaining ability to time travel to change aspects of past reality and affecting our today's reality. Well, I remember in my Mandela Effect files, and oh my God, they're huge files. Um, One of the stories was about the JFK assassination. Now, of course, that happened in the past, right? JFK assassination, past history. Okay, I was looking at the story and I was looking at the pictures and I noticed that, of course, it was six people, in the car. Well, of course, in this reality. Now, my memory says it was four people. I remember, studying this. Who haven't? I mean, everybody who has any type of age or any type of wherewithal or just anything, know about JFK and his assassination and the cover up and just all the controversy surrounding, that assassination of our president of the United States. Well, anyway, I remember growing up and just hearing about it and seeing all the different documentaries and all of that stuff. And I remember seeing, the picture of JFK, Jackie and all of them in the car. And I remember it was four people. And, so it's crazy, when I look at today's reality and I look at the pictures today and I see, well, of course, they had six people in the car. And I'm like, wow, six. And that's a big difference between six and four. Matter of fact, it seems to be an extra row in the car. And it's like, for the two people to sit, and it's like the car is elongated in order to make room for the extra row for the extra two people. And it's like, now the car is longer. Now, what does that mean? I mean, it could just mean that, hey, I just looked at it wrong maybe, and I saw four people when it was obviously six, even though I know that's not the case. I know that's not the case. So how could that be? How could it go from four people to six people? And, the first thing, to pop into my head is, well, maybe some type of time travel happened. Maybe somebody, went back in time. Maybe the two people who were sitting in the car were actually time travelers and, and inserted themselves into the JFK assassination, putting themselves in the vehicle. Why they would do that, I don't know. But, it's just, I don't know. I mean, how could a situation, be completely different or so much the same, but so different? You know what I'm saying? It's still the same event. It was still an assassination. It was still JFK who was assassinated. But then, now you have more people inside the vehicle. I mean, the vehicle is different now. I guess the vehicle is capable of holding six people. When in the past reality, what I remember, it was just enough room for the four people. The driver, the person on the passenger side, and Jackie, and of course, JFK. So it's real mind-boggling when you see the pictures now today, and you just wonder, how is it even possible that this could change? Unless somebody found a way to go back in time and change time. Now, time travel, I remember back during, what was it, World War II? The Germans were working on, what was it called? The Nazi bell? God, I forgot. Well, anyway, it was the big machine that looked at, similar to a bell. Now, my understanding was, they were working on unified field theory, and basically, if you really get down to it, they wanted to go back into time or go into the future. Or they just wanted to manipulate time. And of course, if you were able to do so, then, hey, the war would have been over, man. They would have been able to go back into the past. They would have been able to change whatever they wanted to change. They would have been able to go to the future, obtain different things, and maybe bring it back to the present. I mean, it's endless to whatever, only your imagination would be your limit. So that's definitely something. And I don't know if that technology was ever actually recovered after the war either, so that's something, to definitely be, just aware of. I mean, just think about all these different things that's going on when you talk about the Mandela effect. You talk about some of these movies and some of the things that were said in the movie. I mean, how could you change a movie if not going back in the past and then changing the actual script and then making them say something completely different, from the beginning, So it's like, is that possible? Can you go back and change the script and say, Luke, I'm your father, and change it to, no, I'm your father? Is it possible to say, to go back and change the field of dreams, to if you build it, they will come, to if you build it, he will come? Who the fuck is he? I mean, it has so much going on that it's hard to just pull it all together, but it's a lot to swallow. It's like a Thanksgiving dinner. You be full and still got food on the plate. But okay, I see you, Jennifer. We're a little bit over. We're gonna take our first break, and we'll be right back. Hey, I'm your host, LC Grace. Listening to Darkskies podcast, live from Los Angeles, California. On the way to LA. What's up, San Jose? What's up, San Diego? Everybody? Y'all up? We up all night.
Did you sleep on the wrong side? I'm catching a bad vibe, and it's contagious. What's the latest? Speak your heart, don't bite your tongue. Don't get it twisted, don't misuse it. What's your problem? Let's resolve. We can solve it. What's the cause? It's official. You got issues, I got issues, but I know I miss you. Yeah. Who should be hurt? Who should be blamed? Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt? Who should be shamed? Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt? Will we remain? Oh, we need a resolution. We need a resolution. We need a resolution. We have so much confusion. Where were you last night? Fell asleep on the couch. I thought we were going out. I wanna know where your fingers were. If you had let me know, I wouldn't have put on my clothes. It was 4 in the morning when you crept back in the bed. I wanna know what was in your head. Oh, what was in my head? Am I supposed to change? Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt? Who should be blamed? Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt? Who should be ashamed? Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt and will we remain? We need a resolution. We need a resolution. We need a resolution. We have so much confusion. Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt and who should be blamed? Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt? Who should be ashamed? Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt? Will we remain? We need a resolution. We need a resolution. We need a resolution. We have so much confusion. Baby, let me know. You let me know. You let
trying to blame me when I don't even know the reason. I think it's just the season, maybe the month, maybe the feeling. Now tell me what's the reason. Snoop video looks like it's even. So cut the crying, cut the coughing, cut the wheezing, girl. Put the blaming, cut the naming, cut the sneaking, girl. I think you need some prayer, better call a deacon, girl. So get your act right or else we won't be speaking, girl. So what's it gonna be? Me and you? Or is it gonna be who blames who? I'm tired of these things, I'm tired of these scars. I think I'm gonna get me a drink. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah. You're listening to Darkskies podcast, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, on the way to LA. Oh yeah. It's a beautiful weekend. It's Sunday. It's winding down, going into Monday morning. Yes, we're feeling good. But we're here tonight to ask, is time travel possible? And what are some of the clues and evidence that we can probably use to point towards that, being a possibility? I often look around and, of course, we had a lot of people in the Mandela Effect community, which is our community, going out, and they were noticing changes and signs, and we're talking Starbucks, and I remember Starbucks signs on the building, outside the building, of course, would read Starbucks, and that would be it. And now when you drive past and you see all 8 locations and you see the title on the building, and it says Starbucks Coffee, and it stands out and it looks a lot differently because it says Starbucks Coffee, but and it's long. It's a long sign now. It's longer than what it used to be when it used to just say Starbucks. And then it's funny because even though it's long, they're not even smart enough to say, okay, we screwed it up and made the sign too long, so we're just going to put Starbucks and then write coffee underneath. But no, they stretch it all the way across and have the whole Starbucks and then write the whole word coffee right behind it, making it a really long sign. And it's just, I don't know, I took marketing, it just don't make sense to do it that way. And then I remember they were going around taking pictures of different buildings, and like you see the color schemes all incorrect, or they didn't match. It'd be one side of the building, it'd be one color, and on the other side it'd be another color. And we would say that maybe somebody was going back in the past and was painting the buildings or changing the buildings or changing the signs. The Pollo Loco sign would be black, instead of the regular color it is. Or you'll see the black T-Mobile sign, or you'll see Chase kept changing colors. Still do. So when you take the pictures or you drive past and you look, it might be one color, but by the time you get off or you go back past, they're a completely different color. And then you see the double-headed signs and all of that. It's like, okay, they put the sign up, and then I guess somebody in the past went back and added another sign to let you know that, hey, we can do this. Also, what we were talking about was some of the words in books, on titles of movies and stuff. The words actually change, and you're like, okay, well, what could change the words in the inside of a book, a physical book that you actually have possession of, not even that, somebody else had a book and then you get it back and the words have changed. No, it's like, you had it in your closet and it said one thing, and then now you go get it out your closet and look at it and it's saying different things. Then you say, okay, now that should be impossible, right? But not if you can time travel. If you can time travel, you can go back and rewrite the chapter in the book or rewrite some of the words in the book so that when you do go to your favorite chapter, which whoever went in the past and changed, didn't change everything, just changed the part that you like. So you know next time that you read it that it's been changed, and you're like, how the hell that happened? Well, that's a mind blower, you know. But it's like, if you're not time traveling, how could you go back and actually change the words in a book that's been written already and already in the possession of the owner? I mean, it's just it's impossible to think that it could be done any other way than time travel. I mean, you go back and rewrite the book, right? You rewrite the chapter, or rewrite the page, or rewrite the verse, or the line, the sentence, or whatever it is that, you're trying to catch the attention of whoever the reader is. I mean, if you get a book and it has, 5,000 words, and you only change probably 2 words in the third sentence of the 58th page, no, I don't think that's random. I think you probably know that this may be the most popular sentence of the entire book. Okay, the most popular sentence, I'm going to change 2 or 3 words in it. Then when you go back to read the most popular sentence or your favorite sentence, it's going to say something different. Then you're going to wonder how the hell that happened. Is it possible for that to happen? Did I miss, you didn't read it wrong because it's your favorite sentence, so you probably read it many of times and you know it by heart. So it's just those little clues, those are evidence, that's evidence of something being done in the past that's affecting now. And I think that the only way that you can affect now is to go back in the past, right? It's like an instantaneous change. If it's done back then by the time you get here, it's changed, So, I don't know. What do y'all think? Do time travel exist? Is it possible? Is somebody going back and changing the words in the Bible? Is somebody going back and, changing the color schemes of logos and different restaurant buildings? Things are changing. And then they change it from like one day it could be this, next day it could be that, next week, next month. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. You just have to have a keen eye to say, hey, that sign was black. Now it's blue, you know? You can't just be walking past and see it's blue now. Like, oh, okay, it must have always been blue. I must have been tripping. And now something is changing and something is making it change. So is it time travel? Is it somebody found a way to go back on a current timeline? Not an alternate timeline, but this current timeline. Because think about it. If it's an alternate timeline, we're going to an alternate timeline, then whatever you do on that timeline wouldn't affect this timeline because it's an alternate timeline. So what you're doing is affecting that timeline. See? That's where you get into so many different aspects of, reality. Bad enough you're on time. Okay, you're going back in time or forward in time. That's, amazing in its own. But then you go back and forward in time on an alternate timeline. Then that really fuck you up. But say, for instance, we're on this current timeline and somebody has found a way to go back on this current timeline and change things that once you change it, it affect now. We see the changes currently today. What's happening today? This building has changed today. Or these words have been changed today. This movie has changed today. This song, this music, the lyrics, this changed today. So you see in all these different things and all these different changes, all these different aspects, and you're wondering how it could happen. Could it be time travel? And then who would go back and change Jiffy to Jif or Jiffy Jif? Jiffy Jif peanut butter. Who would change the Febreze? Why would it just be little small things like that? Why take the S off the pens? Now it's just depend. Depend on me. Or is it plural? Depends. It's a box or bag of depends or a package. So, yeah, it's pretty strange if you ask me. It's real strange. And all we can do It's just observe. And I'm a keen observer. I can see. But still, it gets crazy, though. After a while, you start to wonder, are these time changes, done by, individuals or people, What on earth could, go back on our timeline and change things? Who could put two extra people in a JFK car, before he got assassinated? I come from a place where Hitler's eyes was brown. I remember studying. Now they're blue. If it was on the test today, I'd fail it. But I remember getting that question right on the test, brown. It was on the test. I was right. Now it would be wrong. So that's what I mean. Now that's like an alternate timeline, huh? You can't change a fool eye color. So if you're in an alternate timeline, then time could be changed in that timeline. But, it's an alternate line, to an alternate universe, alternate, reality. So that's crazy too, all in itself. All right. We're already up on the next break, so we're having fun. You're listening to Darkskies podcast, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA. Yes.
Let's get to it. Let me lick you in places you never been licked before. Take you to places you never been before, like London, Paris. See that Lamborghini outside? We can share J&B without the marriage. Horse and carriage, senorita. Snapchat dog filters live from Ibiza. Breakfast on the beach, that means sex is on the beach. You looking like a fruit platter, I'ma bite into your peach and I think about to massage your feet and you got a body, you remind me of my Jeep and I must look amazing with you, cause every time you're on my arm, I got all eyes on me. I need your attention. Put your body on me. You the one I'm missing. All eyes on me. I don't want your love. We ain't gotta fake it. We both tryna fall. Remember when you used to curve me, leave my text message on red, and every time I ask to see you, you say you going to bed. Every time I hit you with the good morning, you say you working. Now you in my living room twerking. That's crazy. You wear that bodysuit, I know you trying to tease me. I put on that tiller, she rather fuck me than Weezy. I remember when your money was young and you stripped all week just to get the 10 Yeezys. Back when lame niggas hit you with the one-liners, all sounding the same like Future and Designer. Now that's my vagina. She told me to shh, we in the Chanel store. All eyes on me. I need your attention. Put your body on me. You the one I'm missing. All eyes on me. I don't want your love. We ain't gotta fake it. We both tryna fall. All eyes on you. Looking at me like you love me. We can do it now and later. She won't lick on party favor. On my wave tryna surf it up. Know we getting all like smoking Molly burning up. Certified with the double M pulling up. Would've got a room, a clean room, a been here. Been here. Girl, you know my intentions. I put you on the wall like a picture. Round after round to decision. Say you wanna show me what I'm missing. All the lights low, but we lit up. I don't let you down if you get up. Like you got a man, but you're fed up. You want me to say your name, huh? But you know when we get together. Caruso. I need your attention. Put your body on me. You the one I'm missing. All eyes on me. I don't want your love. We ain't gotta fake it. We both tryna fall. All eyes on me.
Yeah. Listening to Darkskies podcast. Yeah. Number one podcast in America and around the world. And soon to be the cosmos. No, we having fun though. We having fun. I'm over here looking at Mikey as he hand me my question. Another question. All right. Let's see what it says. It says, LC, if you could be a time traveler, what would you do? Would you go to the past or would you go to the future? Damn, that's a good question. Mikey, did you write that? That's a good question, though. Would I go to the past or would I go to the future? I would probably go to the future because the past is pretty much known. So if you really want to explore the past, you can just study history. But the future is unknown. So, you have probably a lot more to learn, from going ahead and seeing things that, have never been seen before. And getting the idea of where everything, what direction everything is going in. You can get an idea of like how things turned out, from where they are now to in the future, what they look like in the future, So yeah, I think probably I would choose the future over going back to the past. I think I could learn a lot from traveling far, far ahead. So yes, that's my answer. I would go to the future. So we are covering time travel today, and we were also wanted to cover our president's announcement. And, President Trump recently announced that he wanted to add another section to the United States Armed Forces, another branch to the military. And he said that it was going to be a separate but equal, damn, that sounds bad, separate but equal, like Jim Crow laws or something. But anyway, he was saying there's going to be a separate but equal branch of the United States military. And he said he was going to call it the Space Force. Now, we got the Space Force report. Now, basically, President Trump has ordered Congress to start putting together the necessary things, that need to be put in place, so we could, set forth into outer space with our new Space Force. And that President Trump said that it was important for America to have what he says is dominance in space. So I don't think he's talking about exploring. I think he's talking about sending the military to go up there and, basically hold it down. And, we're going to dominate, I guess, any earthling that tries to go to space. But I guess he's going to try to dominate, like, anybody who's, like, already out there, too, if that's possible. I mean, I don't know if you want to try to dominate, like, aliens. Trump gonna get our ass kicked, which that's what I think. You go out there thinking you big bully, and they're like, man, you just got your training wheels off, dog. You just left your planet. You ain't in no position to be trying to tell us what to do. We're kind of your solar system and wreak havoc. And see, that's like an interplanetary, intergalactic, intersolitary war. And man, I don't think, we could barely, keep these farmers from tripping out in Afghanistan. Like, calm y'all asses down. I mean, you can't even control what's happening on Earth, but y'all want to go out there in space. I mean, I'm all for space exploration. Let's say that again, space exploration. I'm all for that. I'm even all for space colonization. Let's say that again, space colonization. I'm for all of that. But I don't know about space dominance. I don't know. I don't even know if that's possible. Just to go out there. I mean, because what if it's like life on the next planet? I mean, what if it's like Martians? Or, what if they don't, like us being dominant in space? What if they want us to be more docile? Like, what if we need to be up there and be humble? Be happy that we're there, instead of going up there with our little baby guns. And that's what it's probably going to look like if you go up there and it's a space-bearing race up there and you're going up there with our, primitive technology and think we're going to be shooting some stuff down. They probably just zap us and disintegrate us. That's what I mean, you don't really have a good enough understanding for even what's happening like here on Earth or underwater. I mean, go to Antarctica and explore that. Get up under the ice and tell us what's under there before you try to go out there and dominate space. I mean, y'all out there on that little space station, and that space station is floating around. I mean, it can be knocked out of orbit so easy. I mean, it can get knocked out of orbit by just a alien spacecraft just flying past. They fly past fast enough and, gravity will pull it down. Come on, man. Y'all don't go up there trying to start no mess. And then we the wrong country to think that we're going to be up there trying to be dominant. I mean, man, we need Belgium or somebody. You need somebody that's, not really finna be up there trying to fight. I mean, America, we fight everywhere we go. We don't fought on the water. We don't fought on other people's country. We fought in our country. We don't fought each other. I mean, come on, man. It's just, we're a bad representation to be up there in space with guns. Because if America's up there with guns, trust me, I'm going to tell you one thing. They're going to use them. Like, we see aliens, aliens, boom, 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 and start shooting. Instead of aliens say, hey, we want to talk. Or, let's get to know each other. It's just a bad idea. But that's just my opinion. I mean, you put guns in space, they're going to use them. You put an army in space, they could go to war. But with who? So, yeah, we're going to keep our eye on the Space Force and try to see what's going on. I mean, because to be honest with you, I can't really think of what we need a Space Force for unless there is an intergalactic enemy that y'all not telling us about. And y'all kind of need to tell us about them if there is an intergalactic threat approaching or could approach or could attack. We need to know. Don't just put no Space Force up there and be like, hey, we fighting. Forget that, man. We need to know. And on that note, we're finna get ready to call it a night. Yeah, Mikey, I'm sleepy, man. You ain't sleepy? Yeah, so we gonna call it a night. I'm your host, LC Grace. We're gonna make a nice in the building. Jennifer, Jim stayed up. Hey, we all stayed up. We're a late night show now. We got the late night airwaves locked. But stay tuned. We got plenty of shows coming up. This is the official beginning of the week. When we get off the air right now, it's officially Monday. So thanks for staying up with us. And like I said, we have plenty more coming. So thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. And stay tuned. Darkskies podcast coming from LA. Los Angeles live, right? Live from Los Angeles? We still alive here? From the Bay to LA. What's up, San Jose? Good night, San Diego. Good night, Torrance. Good night, Compton. See y'all later.